All right. Oh shit.
Everything's
You
good.
always fucking ninja record everything.
Is that ninja?
I think I'm just
Getting up and
damaged.
pressing record.
Yeah, but I never see it. I'm too busy on like, what do when you do this, when you do this, and then look up. It's like, oh shit, you're already recording.
Yeah. Yeah.
I guess you always did strike me. Well, we've said before that you're the kind of psychopath that skins cats and watches people from afar.
Quietly.
Yeah, I think like sneaking around, putting cameras in people's houses.
Yeah.
Sounds
Just
like your
wouldn't
bag.
disturb anyone except the person I'm skinning.
Not at that point when they get home from work later and they find you there with like a projector screen of them sleeping. I am inside your life.
Sorry to wake you. I've just come for your skin.
Yeah, here's my card.
No need to wake your wife.
I'd love to make a promotional video about this. If I can get you signed, I don't want to blur anyone out.
No.
Because if I do, I'm blurring them with their own skin.
Yeah, so just consent.
Yeah, sign consent, please.
Yeah, just look into the camera. Yes, there is a camera.
Believe me, there's lots of cameras.
It's been here for weeks.
Yeah. We know your mother's name. I don't know why that's weird. But if somebody knew your mother's name, a complete stranger, who didn't even know your mother, but knew you, in that moment, and being like, I know what your mum's name is, you'd be like, fuck.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, think,
Yeah.
tell Debbie I said hi. How does he know?
Yeah.
I got the thing about, I'm always tempted to talk to someone as if I already know who they are. Like at a drive-through Starbucks. It's like, thanks, Karen. What? My name's not Karen.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. And I'll just leave.
People do that at work when you go. Have you worked somewhere with a name badge before?
Yeah.
And like they say your name, and you understand why, and that in a way, part of you's like, oh, like
they're making the effort.
This kind of feels good, and it's making an effort. But then a part of it is like, don't tell me, don't say my name. Like I am worker number 3.
It's a power play.
Yeah,
That's what we've spoken about before.
Yeah,
these are all power plays.
Yeah.
They know your names.
Yeah.
All right, let's
just might as well start.
I can't do shit, but I know I want to. Maybe if we talk about it, I'll find shit to do. I got a brain somewhere and you got one too. Da-ba-da-da, something to be fucking do.
Thank God that bit wasn't recording, to be fair.
Yeah.
Spill trade secrets.
I am low energy and on the edge today.
Oh, yeah?
Because very little sleep.
Okay.
Because there's some cunt with a motorbike.
In your bedroom.
Practically. Yeah, he's on the opposite street somewhere, but he starts it up and revs it at 4:30 in the morning every morning. And like
Sounds lovely.
It's really loud. It's like fucking thunderous. And then you hear it all going. You hear it around around the town.
That's pretty cool.
And like all down the bypass. Like I swear you can hear it right up until Crewe. It's just it's every fucking morning.
As soon as you tune into the exact sound as well. You can pick it out of a crowd.
Yeah,
that's that bastard.
Yeah. I've got nothing against people on bikes. You used to have a bike.
Yeah.
I got a lot against you, but not because you had a bike. Yeah,
bikes were lovely.
No, but like 4:30 in the morning, man. I don't know how you get around that either.
Well, it's whether it's revving it or if it's just starting up and leaving.
He revs it on the drive for like a minute, and then he drives off.
Yeah, that's kind of what you have to do.
Yeah,
depending on the bike.
But I'm just interested to know as to whether it's a standard thing or whether it's because he's fucked with his exhaust.
Probably not. It's more just like a
make
choke
it
thing
louder.
To make sure. Oh right, I see what you mean for the volume.
Yeah.
The bikes can get pretty loud.
I don't know. So like,
but I'd rather have that than the one I've got near where I live. It's like a high tinny one that kids just drive up and down the street like at 5-4 in the afternoon. And it's like it's like
5-4 in the afternoon when you're sleeping.
Yeah. Yeah, my body clock's gone.
What is with your body clock at the minute? Like you messaged me today at 2:30. It's like, sorry man, I've just woken up.
Oh, it's stuff to do. I just end up working late. It's a weird, stupid cycle of I can work.
So you need to get married.
At night.
So you both go to bed at the same time. It keeps you on schedule.
So that I ruin somebody else's body clock. You need to pass this on like a plague.
Yeah. No, because I'm the same when Victor's away. Like I'm awake until like 3 a.m. for no reason.
Oh,
no
so
reason.
I've got reasons at least.
Yeah.
It's just like I'm just working or doing something.
Yeah.
Just again, like just more. Unfortunately, because I work from home, I can kind of work whenever, which is like a massive curse.
Yeah.
Because then you're just like, well, I'll take a quick break here, and you take a half an hour break, and then you have to make up for that half an hour later in the day.
Yeah.
And then you're just like, oh, this is not structured. Whereas at least if you're like structured in a building, you have to leave at some point.
Yeah.
And then, or there's like a particular reason why you're there. Whereas before, if it's like, oh, I'm just going to feed the dog, well, that was technically a half an hour break.
Yeah.
So now I have to add on. It's just a stupid.
Yeah.
But it just messes up your body clock really easily. I need to be more firm of like, I start here and I end there. And if I take any breaks in between, that's just how it is.
Yeah.
But there's just a work ethic thing in my. We were speaking last week, I think, about. Yeah, there was like, if you're in for a shift, I'm always in till the end and I'm always picking up extra shifts. And it's just, I'm not one of those knock off early kind of people.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, well, if I'm going to do 8 or 10 hours a day, then I have to do that specific. We've got like a timer and everything.
Yeah.
I need to properly do it. And it just ends up fucking you because you take a 5-minute pee break. You're like, oh, I've got to make up for that later.
Yeah.
So, yeah, just gets fucked up. That, and then as soon as you socialize in any respect, you then start to, your body clock again gets messed up. Because, like, say you're being responsible going to bed at 10 p.m. every night. Well, if you go to one comedy show, you'll get home at midnight.
Yeah.
Then you need to wind down, sort the dog out. And then it's like 1 a.m., 2 a.m.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, that's already kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
A bit too much. So, yeah, I'm sleeping the right amount, but the wrong times. And you're just not sleeping through a motorbike.
Yeah. Yep.
If you thought, what are you going to do? Just get earplugs. Earplug work.
I don't know. I could.
You'd rather live in the misery, wouldn't you? You'd rather just close your curtains and be like, life is terrible. I'm just going to be tired.
I'd rather find out where he lives.
He lives over the road.
I know the road. I just don't know the address. So I'm going to be outside at 4:30 in the morning, like waiting for him to come out.
Okay.
Probably.
And then what?
Not to interact. Just
stare.
just to find out where he lives.
Just to skin his cat and just so you know, I know you're going to work.
Yeah. And I know your mum's name.
Michelle! Guy freaks out. Yeah. But yeah, there's nothing you can. Even if it is something you do on his bike, he's got. Well, what do you want me to do? Not go to work?
Well, the thing is, it wasn't in. It didn't happen in the winter, which makes me think he's also got a car that he drives when it's cold or wet or whatever. So just drive that. Yeah. Just drive that.
Just stop enjoying your passions.
At 4:30 in the morning. Like, if your passion is the drums, you don't play them at 4:30 in the morning.
Yeah, but if you have to. If the
you
way,
don't
if
have
the,
to play
if
the
the way
drums.
that you get to work is via drums, you're going to have to do it.
But if
better for the environment, I bet you're against paper straws.
Okay, the equivalent. You've got an actual drum set and you've got an electronic drum set. Which one do you play at 4 in the morning?
The one that's better for the environment, which would obviously be the motorbike. Motorbikes are so good, man. I can understand.
I've got nothing against them.
Riding them at
culture.
4:30 in the morning is so good. It's the best.
On the motorway, not around the housing estate.
just push it to the motorway, and then you're done. Yeah. To be fair, if he's made it more loud, it's nice when the motorbike's loud when you're on it, but it doesn't need to be that much louder.
Yeah.
It can still be a good motorbike is still loud.
Well,
depends on the bike. I guess.
The thing, if I can hear it from the bypass, which is a mile away, like, that's too loud. Yeah.
I guess you could do a thing. Do you ever imagine sounds? I lived above a woman who imagined sounds before.
Imagine them?
Yeah, like if you hear it at 4:30 in the morning at the house,
right, and
it's like drifting away, like your brain still hears them.
Yeah.
When they say they've gone further than the speed of sound.
Yeah.
Distance, or that's a distance, right?
Yeah, so it's
and it's in your mind still.
I know what you mean. Like, to the point where it gets quiet, and you're like, no, I think it's like if
you scream anti-Semitism in your brain, you can hear it. You know, if you sing "Happy Birthday" to yourself, it's probably a better example. You can hear it. You can hear the voices of people singing it, just because your brain just interprets it that way. So maybe the stress of it is making it worse.
Yeah.
But yeah, still, it's a question of what to do. I'd say get earplugs.
Yeah.
But my also solution to life's problems are board up your windows if they're facing out onto the street, as we've spoken before, or brick them up. I think was my thing. Don't have windows on the front of your house because then otherwise people will look in.
Yeah.
You don't need to look out on the world. You can get a camera and a plasma screen TV.
Yeah.
And just live stream the outside world to your inside. Oh, look. The world's gone into 420k. It's climate change, that is.
Sorry, I got lost in a thought. When deaf people are thinking, what voice do they hear?
I reckon they hear their own imagined voice.
Yeah?
Yeah, they don't...
They just kind
They
of
don't
figure
hear,
out...
like, clown shoes.
No, but... Okay.
They've got no frame of reference for sound.
So they did this with blind people, where they were trying to figure out
when blind people walk into traffic, do they get hurt?
When they're dreaming, what do they see? And apparently it's
Series
like
of
a
colours
mixture
or
of
something.
shapes and psychedelic colours and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But like I've never actually thought about it with deaf people. Like, what do you hear when you're thinking to yourself? Because I definitely I have an impression of my voice, but I don't know if I've just kind of put that on because I can hear it. Like, otherwise, would I just kind of think words?
Well, what language would they think in? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because if they haven't learned any... Well, it depends. If they've read a language, then maybe... What accent, I guess, would you put to that word?
Yeah.
Because there'll have to be some kind of interpretation. Wouldn't there? It's that whole thing... The same thing about, like, colourblind people. If a pen is blue to one person, what colour is it to a colourblind person?
Yeah.
And you go, unless it's extreme, it's going to be the same colour because their brains have just associated that with blue. They've grown up knowing that colour is blue.
Yeah.
This person's grown up with that colour is blue. And just because they look different, they associate that. Yeah, something like that. Makes sense?
It does. I've just remembered there was something else that I read. So and that's probably it. Yeah. What's it when you hear voices? Schizophrenic.
Right.
There was a deaf guy that had schizophrenia, and the voices spoke to him in sign language.
Yeah, I guess.
So you rather than hearing anything, you would see images of the signs of the hands.
Yeah. I mean, when we say we hear voices, we don't just have the audio. It's that same thing about when you try and remember something, you don't remember the paragraph of words that describe the image you're trying to remember. You think of the image, and the image is like, as much as it being instant, it's also kind of ethereally there.
Yeah.
So if you were to think of a couch, describe a couch, you wouldn't think of the word brown. You'd see the image of the couch and decipher it. So I guess it's the same as, like, if feels like somebody doing sign language in your mind's eye would be slower than voices. But I reckon they probably wouldn't, because you wouldn't actually be watching them do sign language.
Yeah,
you'd experience the communication. Yeah, you'd have that kind of weird blurriness of, like, oh, I know what they're trying to communicate to me.
Yeah.
So I guess that'd be the same. Yeah.
Questions.
Yeah, things about life. So yeah, pretty big work. Well, not pretty big week. Not as big as watching that guy die last week. But
Are you all right?
Oh, yeah. Saw another one on the way here. I didn't watch him die, but there was a car crash on the way here.
Oh.
And I was like, guy on a stretcher. I said, do you want me to watch him die? And they went, no,
yeah.
you're right.
Do you want me to piss?
You've had your... And then as I was going around the...
Would it get weird now that every time you see a car crash, it makes you need to piss?
Like the opposite of a sexual fetish.
Yeah.
It's just like an incontinence focus. Uh-oh, he's going to die. Quick, hand me that bucket. I need to piss. Yeah, and then on the way here, going around the diversion, I went around country roads, and I'm not a fan of them. Still not. Never really been. It's always just morons. Because, I mean, you drive quite... You're used to country roads.
I love country roads. I hate city driving, so we're kind of the opposite in that respect.
Well, no, for me, it's windy roads that have got incredible amounts of blind spots. And just when I was riding motorbikes in uni around these areas, it was just like, this is just death. There's so much death. And my thinking was, if I was on the road, if I had fallen off my bike and was in the middle of the road, the chances of people going slow enough, and I mean like less than 30, say they were going 30 miles an hour, because country roads are like 50, then it's like the chances of them seeing me and stopping in time are pretty nothing. Yeah. So I'm just dead, which means any blind spot, anything walking through that is just problematic. Yeah. So I go 30 miles an hour around them because I need to know I can stop.
Oh yeah, I don't speed down country roads. But people that do that are fucking stupid.
Yeah, it's just death. So as I was going around, there was a farmer going into his field, and he'd crossed the road, and his little Jack Russell was behind him, and he wasn't waiting for him.
Yeah.
So this Jack Russell, he crossed the road. Jack Russell was going to walk in front of me to get over. I stopped. The dog was like, "Oh, Nick, legend in the dog world." Started running up to me and just sat under my car. So I'm just in the middle of a country road, which again has got blind spots either side. So if any car comes, I'm going to get hit and this dog's going to die.
Yeah.
So it's just like, well, what do I do? The farmer's fucked off. So I just had to get out of my car and just coax this Jack Russell out and be like, just fuck off. Like, I know, but go away. You need to live your life. It was just like, just carry on. It was just like, I couldn't have that part of my daily life.
Yeah.
One, just leaving my dog to fight cars. Just be like, no, just bring your dog with you. But again, if you're going to cross that country road, there's so many blind spots. It just seems bad in my brain.
There is that certain stigma about farm dogs, which is just like, he'll be fine. He knows what he's doing. He lives outside.
Oh, yeah, but dog versus idiot with a car.
Oh, yeah.
It's just, it's just the end. So, yeah, but weird traffic news, I guess. Got a traffic update. There's a dog under my car. I didn't watch him die. It's okay.
Yeah. Dogs and motorbikes.
Yeah. Yes, there's all that this week. But yeah, nothing bigger. There's nothing really big this week. Apart from, we are in the process of being confirmed to be being at Stoke-on-Trent.
Oh, I thought you said. I thought you were going to say we were going to be knighted.
Could have been. You could be knighted at a convention. I mean, there's lightsabers everywhere.
That's a segment.
We get knighted in unexpected places.
Yeah.
With a dog under a car.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, we've reserved a table. We're going to try and go there and see if there's anything we can do. But it's in an attempt to try and make us figure out what the fuck we're doing.
Yeah.
Because we like to do more creative projects with more people, but in order to do that, you have to meet new people.
Yeah.
So we thought convention. I recorded a segment there last time, which was like April time or something. So yeah, let's see if we can get people involved and be like, let's film something. Let us film you while you sleep. Something along those lines.
Yeah.
But yeah, in terms of like writing sketches, doing mini series, doing any video production, any writing production, anything like that.
We've been talking about doing this for a while, and I've always liked the idea. But do they actually know what we do?
The convention?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to send them a thing.
Okay.
Describing what we're doing. I just basically said, yeah, we're sitting down. We want to promote creative projects. So if anyone, and the idea is we've had so much issues with saying we're going to do stuff and then not doing them, and we found that by making it a team effort, it's become more, you're held more accountable for stuff.
Yeah.
So if there's anybody out there who wants to do comedy or wants to do video or wants to do podcasting, then it's like, hey, we'll help you out in any way we can. Just be like, yeah, if you want to, like podcasts, for example, the easiest one. People like, I need this equipment, I need this, I need all this education. How do I do this? What do I need? And we've had the easiest time of all of it. But I think this is because we're quite tech confident. Yeah. So, and it's not.
Well, most of the stuff that we use is stuff that I was probably going to buy anyway.
Yeah.
And then beyond that, we just we just got stuff as we went along. Yeah. And quality improved.
But when I say we're tech confident, I don't mean there's anything particular. There's nothing complex about what we do.
Literally plug it in.
It's just confident in terms of we're not getting stressed at these different hurdles that come up. Like we've had things where we've trialed software that we didn't realize was released, so it just recorded over everything with trial. And you're like, that sucks, but fine, whatever. Keep on moving forward.
Well, the thing I find weird about those podcast groups is that I've never thought to address a group of people I don't know to ask them how to do something when I've got Google.
Yeah.
And I don't understand why you wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
Like I don't get why anyone asks any questions that don't require subjectivity. Like you've got an encyclopedia in your pocket. Like all of these questions have been asked before. You can find them.
Well, it's trying to build or figure out a community, I guess, isn't it?
Yeah.
You can say that about all forums. Why post into the Apple forum about an issue that you could Google? But I found many solutions to my Apple issues or whatever issues from forum articles after Googling it.
Yeah,
if that makes sense. I'll Google it and the forum article will come up.
Is the answer?
So,
but that's I don't know.
But I agree with you. There's a lot of it where it's like, can I just figure it? It's easy. The stigma is it's seen to be this really difficult thing to do. And that's what I think is what prevents most people from doing it. Same reason, all the example I always give is when I was working in restaurants, there were lots of actors there who didn't have show reels. So I was like, well, why don't we film one for you? You go, oh, it's not how it's done. You can't do that.
Yeah, you can.
So what do you mean you can't do that?
Yeah.
No, it's got to be like from EastEnders or Coronation Street. You've got to be on TV, and then you've got to take a segment from that, and it's like no, especially now you go like technology's so easy and cheap. You can film a show reel on your phone, and that's better than no show reel.
That's just like right. A show reel isn't to show your credentials; it's to show your range.
Yeah, or just to show you.
You don't have to
movement.
do that in an official capacity. Where I've been on this show, and this show is like it doesn't matter. What's your range? Like what? But it's the
same thing as headshots. Headshots have got to be in black and white, and I was like, well, I'm not going to do mine in black and white. I'm going to do mine in color. Well, you won't get jobs then. And it's not whether or not it's right. There's a mentality of things have to be done a certain way.
Yeah.
If you want to write comedy, you have to apply to work an internship in a TV studio. You're like, no, you can just fucking make something and then just do it. Oh yeah, but you've got to make money out of it. Okay, well if that's your mentality, maybe you ought to change things. But like we've always said, we're going to do this anyway. We just think it would be good to try and do more of it. And you go like, well, if it doesn't work out, then it doesn't work out. It's like, okay, but we'll just keep on, because our aim is to be more creative, not to necessarily become millionaires.
No.
It's just like, no, we just want to, if ideally we'd like to do what we love and get paid for it, but the podcast isn't designed like that. It's like, well, we're just going to do stuff.
Yeah.
Do you want to do stuff? Yeah, but I can't. Well, then don't. If you want to, come with us and we'll do something for you. Yeah. So yeah, even if it's a booth where we just take people through the equipment that we use, and we want to podcast live from there or from there in some respect. Throughout the logistics where we just have it, and then it's a good conversation piece. It's a fun event.
Yeah.
You know, lots of people record stuff from conventions, but I don't know many people who video it, and it's just a bit fun.
That's the thing, I've never seen anyone doing it on a booth.
Yeah.
Like that kind of setup.
And then just invite people over, like, hey, do you want to chat about something? Why have you come here? What's going on?
You're surrounded by business owners.
Yeah, so and just by people just to
take half hour out of your day, come talk to us, tell us what you do.
Yeah, well, there's some. I remember I spoke to a few people at the last one, and it's just like even the people walking around, like they do this every couple of months. They go to all these different conventions. Be like, oh, it'd be interesting to talk to you. You're pursuing a creative outlet. We want to fuel creative productivity in ourselves as much as anybody else. So why not just do more stuff? So we have no idea what it would be like, but it could be a laugh, be a bit of fun.
What's the date of it?
October 13th. It's a Sunday. Okay. So it's a long way down the road, but that's a good thing for us because we usually procrastinate everything out the way.
Yeah.
We need to organise loads of stuff.
It's like, excuse me, it's like an 8-hour day. So it's like,
I think so, yeah.
An 8-hour show.
For.
In a sense.
Yeah.
Like we've got to have something.
Yeah, and then just split up stuff.
Yeah.
Like maybe we don't record straight for 8 hours. We'll have a lunch break.
No.
But we try and get friends and stuff involved. Talk to random people, walk around. It's just a fun little playground. But yeah, let's just sit down and see what the deal is.
Yeah.
Could be quite fun. So yeah, we've got confirmed on that, so we're going to try and I'm going to treat it as a launch day. Like, you know, because there's so much admin stuff that still needs doing that it's just a massive bulk of work. I just need to sit down and properly do all of it. Yeah. Like, well, I've got 125 episodes to upload to YouTube.
Right.
Because they're not from YouTube. They're all on SoundCloud still and Apple Podcasts or whatever it is.
I forgot to close the windows.
It's the motorbike guy. Yeah. He's just come into Prague. We can still hear him. There's loads of just stuff that needs doing that's kind of hasn't really had a deadline. It's been we'll start doing it once a week and we'll start figuring out what to do with it. And but like, well, if we treat that as a big deadline of the podcast needs to be completely up to date by then. Yeah. Maybe that'll prompt some efficiency in bureaucracy of the podcast. But yeah, graphics, all that kind of stuff. So that's going to be interesting. It's going to be a fun journey. I think we'll see what it's like. And the other thing is Minute Month. We are officially underway with a new stimulus. Yeah. We just haven't figured out, you know, when we're gonna do it. Yeah. We're just so busy. Like we landed on actors, so each minute video is going to be in reference to an actor. We won't know which actor they are when we watch them. Yeah. And the game is to guess or not be able to guess, and have that fine line between being impossible, which is no fun, to a natural state of like it's just unknown enough for you to know, but you might not get. Yeah. And I've gone through my usual process of, I can make like an idea for a minute-long video that would require like a production company and a special effects department
Yeah.
and all this kind of stuff. But that would be really good. But I can't do that. So I don't know why I've spent all my time thinking about how to do that one.
Yeah.
So try and move it back onto something else.
Yeah. I've been trolling ideas with this one. Everything just feels hacky to me. Like it feels like, I don't know, it all just feels low effort and as though I'm not actually writing anything and creating anything, if that makes sense. I feel like I'm just using other people's work.
All right. It's not just kind of yeah, I guess if you're doing direct references to scenes that they're doing in the exact same way, then yeah, like if you were to do the Big Kahuna Burger speech from Pulp Fiction,
yeah,
like you can get a minute of that. If you did that shot for shot, word for word in the same way, then yeah, it would feel a bit crap, I guess. It's just trying to make it into something else, just a small reference to it where it's like, oh, that now makes sense. Yeah, for example, if you were to do, I think Samuel L. Jackson has been the big reference that I've said a few times now. Just so it's like, oh, if I name one, then that's the one that neither of us are going to do, or maybe we do, and it's a twist. Yeah. In that case, we're that dude from, Bruce Willis. I don't know, he was dead all along.
Oh, M. Night Shyamalan, blah, blah, blah.
That's the guy. That and Bruce Willis and Haley Joel Osment. I think that's what his name.
Yeah.
But he was an Olsen twin. He was an Osmond. Osmond twins? One of them was dead the whole
Olsen
time.
twins. Yeah.
Something like that, anyway.
2 of them are fashion designers, and one of them's an Avenger.
Oh.
So,
the Olsen twins, fair enough.
But yeah, there's the twins, and then there's the big sister or the little sister, I can't remember. She's in the Avengers. And that's Haley Joel Osment?
No. Oh.
Different person.
Okay.
He's Bruce Willis.
Yeah. He's dead. It's the whole thing. So
spoilers.
You're struggling with that?
Yeah. To be fair, I haven't. It's all just been formulating ideas. I haven't sat down and put pen to paper with this one.
Yeah, same.
It's inspiration has not struck me.
I think I've got an idea of how it will work, but I am still tempted by going with this huge production company, and I just can't do it. So my brain just goes, yeah, it'd be good. Just put heads on spikes, and and it'll be good, but maybe not right now. Maybe put that in the bank for when we've got loads more equipment.
Yeah.
It could be an idea that could grow into something more. But yeah. So yeah, still working through that and see what it is. And then hopefully release in the next... Ideally by next week. Are you on board for that?
Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah, next week's the official deadline.
Yeah.
Again, doesn't have to be perfect.
Yeah.
The whole practice of this is just to actually do something, you prick.
Yeah.
That's the basic thing.
Yeah.
I've decided to try and expand this on in my personal life as well, of like doing one stand-up show a month at least.
Right.
Or going to an open mic night, because sometimes it just goes time without me actually going and doing anything stand-up comedy-y. So like, if I actually have like one day a month I can go up and do stand-up, then that's all it is just procrastinating because it's not perfect yet.
Yeah.
And my last minute month was not perfect. I felt like it was a first draft, but releasing it and being like, okay, it was something, I can work on it. Yeah. Is that was the big hurdle for me, was being like, I did it anyway.
Showing up with all this, just showing up is most of the battle with this
exactly.
stuff.
Once you start.
There's an awesome book called Atomic Habits, which breaks down like the science, like the mental science of habit making. Mm-hmm. And this guy was talking to a personal trainer, and he says like for the first time when he's like talking to like morbidly obese people who could really do with like just moving, like a big thing he makes them do is like, rather than say go on a run, is get up, put your workout gear on, go outside, and then just come back. Like, don't do anything. just go outside and come back. And it sounds stupid, but it's that like the mental barrier that a lot of people have is just getting up and starting. And they'll do that for like they'll do that like every day for a month. And then the actual step towards going for a run isn't as big a mental hurdle. Oh yeah, because you've already built the habit of getting up and getting ready and going outside. It's a thing.
What is a great personal trainer? Put your clothes on, all right? You're done. And I get it's steps towards progress are steps regardless of how small they are, because they can always be insurmountable by anybody at any point. Like if you've got fear going outside, there's gradual steps. It's just the problem I have is people procrastinating about it by saying they want to do something and then just not doing it. Yeah. And the big thing for me is always it's still visualization. It's just I think people don't spend enough time dedicating their making that energy in their mind of being like, this is what I want.
Yeah.
And then, because then, yeah, as soon as you realize what it is you want and you have a vision in your mind of what it is you want, every decision then is connected to that image.
Yeah.
And that's all you need to do for the first step, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And then it's just like, yeah, so many people say they want to lose weight, right? You go, well, how much weight do you want to lose? I don't know, but okay, when will you feel comfortable enough to stop losing weight?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know, when I can fit into a this.
It's the difference between I want to be thin and I want to lose 20 pounds. Like, I want to lose 20 pounds is not a subjective goal. That's an actual realistic...
Yeah.
Okay, we can do that.
But then the problem still comes with visualizing it. When do you achieve that? Is the image in your mind when you look down at the scales and you see the image in your mind of the scales being 20 pounds shorter, lower? Or what is the image? What is the moment in your life that you're working towards? If it's just for you to look at the scale and see the number, great. If that's enough motivation for you. But I reckon you need more. You need like a moment of like, going in to buy a large and then it turns out you need a medium. That could be a moment, because that's the moment where you have an emotional connection to it. It's a real life situation that you want to envisage and happen to you.
Yeah.
And then it becomes like, oh, should I do X, Y, Z? No, because it will detriment my vision of what I want to do. And yeah, it's just so many people have it, and it's just difficult to visualize it so much because there's so much distraction and just it's easy enough to get by without dedicating too much time and energy towards making that image a reality. So people don't make the image. Yeah. Instead, it's like their selfie on to go down the hacky comedian route. That's where they put all their own self-esteem up on social media. That's the image they're looking for, is duck lips and a fake ass or whatever it is. Yeah. Oh, there was an update. That we ridiculed a guy who was on a forum looking to be part of a comedy podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Ages ago. He's now looking for podcast, UK-based panel show podcasts for him to be a guest on. We could rope him in. But we've got to be completely upfront about it and be like, hey, listen, we think you're an absolute twat, but we'd love to tell you this in person. Would you like to come to Stoke?
Yeah, sure, you're a panel.
And all I mean is just, I don't know. It's just people wanting to promote themselves is all it is, and just how desperate they get.
That pisses me off, man. Like beyond anything.
I think we're in a good place now, or we're getting towards a more defined place of what we know. That if we were to describe the podcast before, we'd just be like, well, we just kind of talk every week. It's a chronicling of the friendship and events that happen, and comedy bits, but there's no it'll be vague kind of description of it. We're getting tighter and tighter. I think we'd be able to go onto other подcasts or onto radio and promote the podcast.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean you just promote it anywhere. Like, it's just, there's just some things that you wouldn't want to do.
That's just it. There's no aim in that. It's just, please.
Yeah, just anybody.
Just put a spotlight on me.
Yeah, and I guarantee it's not an in-person interview. I know that's my own prejudice. That's my prejudice. Yeah. Is online phone calls, Skype interviews in podcasts. I would struggle to have those conversations.
Yeah.
Especially with the video aspect. Even if there was a camera, who do you look at? What do you do? It just feels a bit jaded. Obviously, we're cutting ourselves out of a lot of potential interviews.
Yeah.
Like, we're not going to be able to interview Barack Obama. He's not going to come to Stoke. Do you know what I mean?
He might be at Stoke-on-Trent. You don't know. You should come.
You should come. It's great.
Yeah.
There's Jurassic Park props table. At least there was one last time. There might be one again.
Yeah.
Who knows? But yeah, just if I was to ask that person, hey, would you come to Stoke-on-Trent and we'll do a podcast? I reckon they'd be no. Because I think a lot of people are like that.
Yeah.
Whereas I'd physically go to any interview.
Oh yeah. It's like, well, how much do you want this?
Yeah, and just how much do you enjoy it? Or are you just looking to get more social media followers because you're sharing another person's audience?
Yeah.
Is that all you're doing? Because I think that might be all you're doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I think... so yeah, he's posted more and more, so maybe we can find out where he lives, find out his mother's maiden name.
Oh yeah, I'd 100% talk to him. But like, you wouldn't...
From the get-go, we don't like you. We don't like you at all.
No, we're a panel. Fuck you.
Yeah, I guess we're a panel.
Yeah, we're a consenting panel. We are, yeah.
But yeah, fun times. So yeah, that was, Stoke-on-Trent, Minute Month. I've got a note here about power play. So I've just always found it really funny, and we mentioned it before the podcast. What was the power play we were discussing? I can't remember. I think that was saying was Was that saying somebody's name or ordering something for somebody else? We said before, like, I don't understand. I think I'd be quite happy for somebody I was dating, for example, to order my meal for me without me looking at the menu.
Yeah.
Because I'll eat anything. I don't care. But there's some people who be like, this isn't exactly what I was thinking about maybe having.
Yeah.
And so they want, if anyone else takes that control away,
yeah,
they're like, you're exerting your dominance.
Well,
it's like,
I think it depends. It depends on the situation in that. Like, if we were going somewhere where I was like, I know this place and I really want to eat this thing, and then somebody else ordered something different, then that would piss me off. But if we were if someone invited me, like, it was like, hey, let's go to this place. It's great.
I know the place.
Yeah, I know the place. Like, you should have this. It's awesome. Like, yeah, sure, no problem.
Yeah,
it does depend on the situation and what you're actually kind of going there for.
I think it's the term. You're trying. I love the idea that somebody's trying to make themselves the alpha of a situation by ordering that person a vegan burger.
Yeah,
you know, I find that funny. It's just like that's how small it is that there's still those politics going on.
Yeah,
and because if someone was to order a meal for me that I didn't want, I think I'd be very happy to be like, no, thank you, I'll have something else. But it's that moment, isn't it, where you feel like, hang on, what's this person doing? Yeah. And for me, I find that funny. It's not a weakness or anything. I just find it funny that there's people who will try and exert their dominance over it. Yeah. And there's people who will treat it as a serious thing.
I wouldn't think of it as a dominance thing.
Yeah, but I just think power some play people fits.
Yeah.
He's trying to decide what I'm going to eat.
Yeah,
I had a horrible vegetarian burger the other day.
Oh yeah, I've never had a good one. For that. I've never had one that's better than a beef burger.
I've had good ones.
Yeah,
better. Yeah, it's just people try and be too much. I mean, you love mushrooms, right? I mean, this was just a mushroom in a bun. Oh. And it was like a halloumi burger with a big mushroom in it.
I like halloumi.
Yeah, just a halloumi burger is great.
Yeah. Don't
put just a massive mushroom in it because it looks like beef. Doesn't work. I love mushrooms. That was way too much mushroom. I did a little bit of a vegetarian thing very briefly. Oh, yeah? Just to be different.
Well, I've done all meat.
Might as well do all not meat. And it's weird. It's a weird effect. I didn't feel positive from it at all. No. I love vegetables, but I think having there's a feeling that you just don't feel as full because you're not having any fats. Because I'm accustomed to eating fats.
Yeah, because fats are satiating.
Yeah. So without it, you just go like, I ate a big vegetarian meal, but I'm not satisfied. There was a whole weird thing on it.
Yeah.
So people, if you've got a power play and you want to send it in, we'd love to examine it. That's got to be a thing.
Send us your power play.
I love them so much. Yeah. I love power play so much. That and Miranda rights. Any Miranda rights experiences you've got where you have to witness somebody reciting a small play in order for you to go to prison. It's just like a weird opening show. You've got the right to remain silent. La 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 la. I can't go to prison. Oh, we sold him to him, but he didn't hear it. Oh, it doesn't count. He didn't murder all those people. I haven't got a note on this. We'll get to articles in a minute. Do you see that Donald Trump wants to buy Greenland?
I heard something about this on the news, but I didn't. I know all I heard is that he turned someone, whoever it is that. So
Trump said he wants to buy a Greenland.
Yeah.
And what that means is America wants to buy Greenland. It's not like him individually. America as a country wanted to get it for strategic purposes. Right. Because apparently it's costing Denmark, who technically owned Greenland, $700 million a year or a month or something crazy.
We'll be happy to take that off your hands.
Yeah, so he's just tweeting this.
Yeah.
And then the Denmark Prime Minister or whatever replied we're not for sale.
Yeah.
We're not just going to sell you 50,000 Greenland residents to America.
No.
Not going to do that.
52 states.
Yeah. Just that's ridiculous. We're not for sale. We're not going to sell our population to anybody.
Yeah.
It should make so much sense. When's the last time someone bought a country?
Yeah.
Or any country's bought another country? They've invaded.
Yeah.
And then I guess the residents are still more willing than being sold, I guess. So Denmark said, no, that's silly. So Trump cancelled his visit.
Yeah.
Well, if you're not going to talk to us about us buying you, then no.
Yeah. as though you're just like buying like a plot of land or something.
Yeah, it's by people. The residents would have to become American.
Yeah, well, they would then pay their taxes to the states and all that
change
stuff.
Passports.
All the laws immediately change. Like,
you can have as many shootings in your schools as you want now. Yay! whatever American law you want to have.
Yeah.
It just seems so surreal. And Trump was like posting pictures of Trump Tower just stood in the middle of Greenland. I promise not to do this.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. What you do? What's going on? I just thought that was funny.
It's kind of funny.
And he complimented the Prime Minister. Well, you've been very upfront in the fact that you don't want us to buy you, so I'm going to cancel the meeting, which is going to save fuel, time and energy. So well done. And in a genuine complimentary way. It's
yeah.
This is weird. This is a weird breakup between wanting to buy someone and then not wanting to buy someone.
Yeah.
Anyway, in other articles. Elsewhere in the world... in New York, a security screener at a New York airport is out of a job after slipping a note to a traveller that said, "You ugly." So someone just going through security control, then the guy comes up with like the boop, 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 and then just hands him a note.
Yeah.
Opens it up and it says, "You ugly."
Yeah.
Like,
before you go, just there you go.
You forgot this.
Yeah.
You dropped this.
Yeah.
Neil Strasser, good name, was going through a security checkpoint at Greater Rochester International Airport in late June when the security guard handed him a torn piece of paper. Just torn, just take that. You ugly. There you go. After he passed through the checkpoint and began walking away, Strasser said he heard the worker yell back at him, "You going to open the note?" So like he's handed it to him, the guy's just grabbed it and then carried on walking. And the guy's like, well, he hasn't read it. You going to read it? I was more confused than anything. I just kind of looked at it and thought, well, that was weird.
Yeah.
And carried on. He didn't immediately return. Oh, he made a complaint to the airport. They didn't respond, but they said, we'll fire him, but come in and check.
Yeah.
He said they didn't really believe him. So he had to go through extra resources of getting the video footage from them through the Freedom of Information Act or whatever.
Right.
He had to do a lot of personal stuff for him to do it. But he did say he will not allow this experience to sour his opinion of Greater Rochester International Airport, which has 3 classic arcade games that he's a fan of. This one security guy doesn't represent the views of Pac-Man. I mean, the Tetris is on point. It's got Time Out Classic. Was it Time Out? Time Crisis. Time Crisis.
Yeah.
He said, "I fly out of there all the time. They're actually a pretty good airport." He said, "Out of all the airports I go to in the country, it's one of my favourites."
Yeah.
Which kind of feels like an unbalanced relationship, right? He loves them. They think you ugly. Handing notes. It's like, it's not working out, guys.
I don't know if this is just because I'm kind of secure in myself or I just don't care or whatever, but I'd probably find that funny. It seems like a joke.
If it happened to you, if it happened to me, it'd be funny. But then you got to go, well, if it happened to someone you knew, they might take it badly.
I can understand why you would complain about that.
Yeah.
But I imagine it was a joke.
Yeah, probably.
In a sense.
Well, if it wasn't, what was their intent?
Almost like comedians like ripping on each other. It's like, it's not that what I'm saying isn't true. It's that we're having a laugh.
What's that same thing about? I think it might have been Amy Schumer or Sarah Silverman. Someone was talking about how, or Jim Norton. Anyone, apparently, just to list off loads of comedians. They said they just bought a slice of pizza in New York and came out and were about to enjoy it, and then Louis C.K. just came by and just smashed it out of their hands and just carried on walking. And you go, for us, that's absolutely hilarious. If you didn't know I was in your area and you just bought something and you're about to enjoy it, and I thought you were about to enjoy it too much, and out of nowhere, I just smash it out of your hand.
I'd find that funny.
And carry on walking. Just be like, something's happened. And then that would just be the next week. Why did you do that? I get why you did it. It was fine. But yeah, some people might not take that as well.
Yeah.
Same as if it was just a random person. It would be a different energy.
If I didn't know you, I'd be pissed off.
Yeah. You'd sit outside my house at 4:30 a.m. Shouting my mother's name.
With a decibel meter.
Yeah. Okay, in other news. Okay, it's a little bit dark, but wasn't too dark. Video of the final moments of a man who drowned in a waterfall have been discovered 2 years later by a diver who spotted his GoPro deep underwater. Hooray!
2 years.
Yeah.
That's it.
Now they've got footage of a dying
GoPro could
man.
put that on their website. We'll last underwater with your dying moments for 2 years.
I kind of understand the problem is the diver went missing and then presumed dead, I think.
Yeah.
Or they found his body or something, but they didn't know what the moments that led up to it. Like, say I went on holiday for a week and I died on the 7th day. There's people who would be interested, like, well, what was happening the rest of that holiday? And like, I found a GoPro with footage of all that. But my mind immediately went to, well, how did he feel when he was drowning? Because that's what the GoPro's going to pick up, right?
Yeah.
It's just going to be you in terror, drowning to death.
Yeah.
And the family's like, oh, thanks for bringing us this footage. It's really helped us. But there's other footage on it as well. Obviously, it's like a week's worth of memories with people. He's having a good time. I'm assuming that his final moments were on it.
Yeah.
Just because of the habits of recording when underwater.
It's a matter of where was the GoPro? If it was a body cam.
Yeah. They're usually like on the arm, I think, or selfie stick.
Yeah.
So maybe the selfie stick got washed away. But still, yeah, feels like it would have been weird. But yeah, a YouTuber, Rich Aloha, a diver and self-described treasure hunter, what he found some kind of treasure. Yeah, what he found was the evidence of murder, of a death. Discovered his GoPro complete with a working memory card filled with videos. It's got happy videos of Mr. Ragland, fooling around with friends as they film themselves in the water using selfie sticks. But I just get the impression that there'd also be a horrific video on there.
Yeah. And
maybe he just left it out to be kind. I would do that.
Didn't it say it captured his final moments?
Think so. I believe so, but it was the big thing about the story was the diver went through extraordinary lengths to get the videos to the previous owners.
Right.
Like,
okay.
He found the guy in a missing
So it was
table.
a happy story, sort of, and we just focused on the death.
But I was just like, this just sounds horrific. This sounds like a horrible end to your to your chapter. By the way, here's the footage of me dying.
Yeah.
Like, if it was a tiger attack, yeah, great, good footage there. Horrific, but still legendary. But drowning just feels like it's just a horrible way to go.
Yeah,
not a way not a kind of death you want to share with your family.
Yeah, it's like it's like seeing footage of someone dying by falling over in the shower. Like that's not really. But yeah, like a proper you've been framed moment.
Yeah, just a horrific moment. Tigers, yeah, Bill Burr.
Yes,
got a new special out.
Yeah,
soon.
Called
Paper Tiger.
Yeah.
I looked up what it was before the podcast because we didn't know what it meant.
Yeah.
And it kind of fits to some of the things we've been talking about. It's something that appears threatening, but when confronted, folds.
Oh, okay.
That makes sense.
Right.
It's like I think something about Mao made it up. And it was like, it's a paper tiger and it looks threatening, but really it's nothing.
Right.
So it could probably have this with like social media trolls or, the people like fighting a fight and they're like, why are you arguing? And they go, oh, I just wanted my attention to be heard. That kind of thing. Or it could just be, Bill Burr looking threatening and then obviously he's just like a big softie, as most people are. Yeah. And it's just like, it's just an act, guys. You're angry all the time.
Yeah.
Not everyone is as gifted with that curse as I.
Yeah.
So I think it's that could be quite cool. It's coming out 2 weeks from this record, I think.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. Like his last one was a bit disappointing for me.
It was better live because we saw that one live. Yeah. And when it was live, it was nice amount of energy, but it didn't feel as enticing as the rest. Yeah. But still strong. Yeah. Yeah. Like he's never had a bad one. I think the problem is I'm sorry you feel that way. The black and white special it's just like one of the best in of every stand-up comedy special. That's just one of the best. Yeah, and you go like you can't really right from the front cover. Just everything about it. Yeah, so many amazing points argued brilliantly. Yeah, in a perfect way. It's just like yes, this is all beautiful. Yeah, and then still doing good stuff, but I think it's just experimenting more with a few things. Well, I love that I kind of love that comedies specials at least have taken this point of experimenting more with the way they produce the medium. Like the way that they're filmed and like people doing weird stuff like editing together like 3 nights and in different venues. And I think it was Tony Hinchcliffe did a one-shot special.
Yeah.
Like, just one shot from him having a cigarette outside, walking on stage, doing his set, and then walking off. All with one camera, one shot. was pretty good. Yeah, definitely people trying to play around with it a little bit more.
Yeah.
Wow. Elsewhere. So, yeah, we're going to watch that in a couple of weeks.
Yes.
And, yeah, always good to see Bill Burr. Anyway, in other news, a waiter near Paris has been shot dead by a customer who was reportedly angry because his sandwich was not prepared quickly enough.
Did that waiter have a moustache?
He had a shoulder.
Oh.
Didn't afterward. He got shot.
Got shot for serving a bad sandwich.
A long sandwich. It took too long. It was prepared too slowly. Bang!
What?
Which is, if you're going to commit a crime,
yeah,
at least that's surreal enough. Where it's like, that's a bit of an overreaction. Yeah, you killed a guy
for a sandwich.
He brought you a sandwich, and then like what?
He still bought you a sandwich.
Yeah, he didn't have to.
Yeah. Did you tell him it was taking too long? Because this guy, in the last moments of his life, or if he died,
did
he die?
Oh yeah, he's dead.
In the last moments of his life, gave a guy a sandwich and got murdered for it. Like he doesn't know why.
Yeah. This is an interesting tip. Police say a murder investigation has been launched after the incident on Friday evening. A Friday evening sandwich. The suspect fled the scene. I don't know whether he took the sandwich with him, but his sandwich took too long. He shot someone and left. Fuck this place. I'm too bored. I haven't got the computer confidence to write a Yelp review or a TripAdvisor comment. I'm just going to shoot you and leave. Jesus Christ. Ambulance tried to save him. His colleagues told police that the customer had lost his temper. Yeah, I think so. At the pizza and sandwich shop because of the length of time it took to prepare his meal. The killing has stunned local residents and shopkeepers. It is said, one 29-year-old woman told French media. It is sad, sorry.
It is said.
Yeah. Oh. It's a quiet restaurant without any problems. It just opened a few months ago. Well, I don't think the restaurant's the victim here.
No.
I mean, I'm sure it's going to have some negative consequences of there's been a murder.
Yeah.
So we better make fast sandwiches from now on.
Or, like, a good slogan or something. Sandwiches worth dying for.
A real punt. Yeah. Wait for it. Sandwich shop. There's people wanting to die.
Yeah.
Serving there. But other people are saying it's probably all the crime that's gone up. Loads more drugs and drunkenness in the streets of that area.
Yeah.
It's a weird drug reaction. Well, no, I guess nothing's a weird drug reaction. You know, kind of anything that's like, oh, he's on drugs. Well, that's a bit odd.
Yeah.
It's like, no, if you're on drugs, then the floor's open. You can do whatever you want. Elsewhere, a woman has been accused of setting fire to a man's home after he invited her to his house for late-night sex, then promptly fell asleep and didn't hear her at his door. So, they've got a booty call, I think is basically what it was. She went to his house, he fell asleep, she set fire to his house. Taija Russell, 29, is alleged to have sent a series of furious doorstep texts to the slumbering Amour before buying lighter fluid, matches, and a lighter.
Jesus
Matches
Christ.
And a lighter. Make your mind up.
Like, I can almost understand it. I can't.
Yeah.
But you can almost understand it as a spur of the moment thing, which is in a way is a way a lot of people like get shot and stuff like that because you've done it because you've been pissed off before you thought about it. But
this was I'm going to a petrol station buying equipment.
Calculated fucking. She's a fucking psychopath.
The house was entirely destroyed while the victim, who has not been named, managed to escape by physically removing a window frame and climbing through the opening. Because he was blocked by raging flames. He suffered smoke inhalation and first and second degree burns. I don't know whether I copied it in here, but he had to leave his dog inside.
Oh.
And fire crews were able to get him out.
Right.
But like, fuck you.
Yeah.
Set fire to a house with my dog in it. I'll kill you.
Yeah.
Don't care what you say. The residence and its contents were completely destroyed. Police then learned of texts sent by Russell to the victim, which included, "I see you wanna die." As in, he's asleep.
Right.
He's outside his house. I see you wanna die. You wasted my money to come out here, so you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to spend more of my money.
Buying lighter fluid and matches. God,
yeah. He had 8 missed calls from her phoning him as well. The victim said that she was a side chick whom he'd been having a casual sexual relationship with. And there's video
not very
footage of her doing
casual,
it.
is
Yeah,
it?
she's a little intense.
Yeah.
But I guess this is the negative effects of ghosting. Even though he wasn't ghosting her, he was asleep. But like, people have experienced ghosting, and I personally don't care about it. If somebody ghosts me, unless it's something that's genuinely important, then if it's someone that I'm just getting to know and they're ghosting me, it's like, great, I don't have to deal with this.
Yeah.
But I'm very much a dust off my hands kind of guy of pretty much everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, just like, oh, okay.
Fucking bullshit, man. Like, no amount of any of, like, he's ignoring me, so, that's justification to murder
Do you know
him.
what he can't ignore? Death.
Yeah.
No one can ignore death.
Can't ignore the flames.
She's being held on charges of attempted murder. Agreed. Aggravated.
Attempted?
Well, he didn't die.
Right, okay. Yeah. Yeah, no, go on.
Aggravated arson, endangering, and criminal mischief. Oh, that mischief.
Always mischief.
It's always criminal mischief. Which just feels like a 1920s crime.
Yeah.
Oh, those kids have been running around with pretend horses again. Those mischievous bastards. What was the show? There was like a show with there's a show with the intro, I think, where they're like kids, like 8 to 12, and they're all going through a fence post, and one of them's got a cowlick at the back, and they've got a dog. There's all these shows about little kids being mischievous.
Yeah.
Dennis the Menace.
Oh, right.
All those kind of things. Yeah, there was a television show. They made it into a live film, but I don't think it was always a live film. But anyway,
I don't
loads
know.
of, man, I think a mischief. I think of kids
Yeah.
messing around in the school holidays.
Yeah.
Like, this kid's on my road, his favourite thing is just to sit in the road. And it's like, oh, you mischievous bastards. I have to run you over now.
Yeah.
Just to keep the memory of that guy's dying alive.
You're not Jack Russell. Just plough through him.
Oh, yeah. Oh, have you seen Mindhunter, by the way?
No.
It's one that slipped below. As in, the second season came out recently on Netflix. The first season was really good, but it ended in such a weird way of like, I was like, that's it! Like, it felt like it was halfway through a series, and the second series is out, and it's just it's so good.
Yeah.
It's the FBI is first starting to consider and investigate serial killers.
Right.
So this was before the term was a thing. I think I've mentioned it before on the podcast, and it was like, just a big. So it's like getting to know, like around the Charlie Manson times, where the FBI start talking to serial killers and start to learn stuff, and then start to make it to science. Whereas at that time they were like, they're just crazy, you can't understand crazy, so they wrote them off, and then people started looking into it. So it's that whole thing.
Like a lot of serial killers want to talk about what they've done.
Exactly, that's the whole show. They're like, how people are so open, they love talking about it, so let's listen to them and let's try and make something about it. It's a really good drama, but so good. Second season was out. I can't remember why I remembered that. But yeah, and the second, it goes into weird places that are like, oh no, yeah, this is just a good show. Yeah, another good show to celebrate. Anyway, got some audience participation. Because I've been lax on it, just because we've been so busy. But what do you know your star sign?
Virgo.
Does that mean something to you?
No.
Apparently, it's now become and they've sent me this article, a form of discrimination. Because people are discriminating against star signs now. Which I don't think the average person is doing, but I'm perfectly willing to believe that there are idiots out there who think that star signs are so incredibly relevant that you shouldn't employ a crab, man, I think whatever they are, Cancer. Oh, that you wouldn't work here if you're a Cancer. It wouldn't work. Wouldn't work.
There's just too many of us now. Life's so too stupid. Good. We need to start culling people. But
we've always had this. We've always had this, right? Where Christians had to marry Christians. Do you know?
Yeah.
There was always something to discriminate against. To be like, if you have this on your driver's license, then there's something off, and it's whatever it would be, whether it be race, gender, political affiliation, country. Anything people will find to kind of be like, ooh, no. Yeah. And again, it's just people trying to be trying to limit their happiness or limit their opportunity or put blinders on them so they don't have to experience anything that they're not familiar with. A few years ago, my partner was finishing up a screening interview for an apartment when the conversation took an odd personal detour. Up until that point, things had been going really well. She had excellent financials, an enviable credit score, Oh, have you ever envied a credit score before? Oh, 7. I don't know. They're usually 3 digits, aren't they? I don't know. 680. Ooh, is that good?
My credit score.
Ooh, I'm envious. Envy of that. And a genuine camaraderie with her potential roommate. She was reportedly sailing through the screening until their final question, what is your sign? Their tone was serious. Not knowing the consequences of what she was about to say, she revealed she was a Pisces. My partner could see the reaction in their faces. They were devastated. Oh, he's a Pisces. I find that it's right. I could rip into beliefs all day, but I think I love that it's a spirit animal. Like, well, he's a giant crab. Oh, don't mess with them. He's a vase of water. Can't trust those Aquariuses, whatever they are. It's the image associated. This is absolutely insane. Don't trust him. He's a centaur's bow and arrow.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. I'm a mermaid.
Yeah, fuck you. You can't live with us. Some tweets to justify all this stuff. One person, astrology fan ES, said, I would legitimately never date a Libra.
Okay. Good God.
Fucking...
Everybody on every side of this is fucking stupid.
So stupid. It's so stupid, but it's so human. They're just like, this is again people wanting people to know that they take astrology really seriously. Yeah. That's all it is. You're just proving to the world that you have heavily invested in one belief system.
So stupid. I'd never date a concept. All right.
I'd never date a vase of water.
Yeah.
Fuck you. Another tweet. When you date a Gemini, you have to accept that they are unpredictable. It's going to be days where they will be very affectionate and days where you won't even see so much as getting a text back. Fucking Geminis.
That's fucking people.
It's people with jobs.
When you date a person.
They're at work.
Rather than a concept.
Yeah. Another tweet. Don't date a Sagittarius or a Scorpio. They think everything they do or say is right. And it's only exclusive to the tail of a scorpion and a goat or whatever. I think it's just my mind. It just goes straight to the fucking stupid image referencing. Christopher Renstrom, astrologer and author of Ruling Planets, your astrological guide to life's up and downs, knows this phenomenon well. He calls it breed profiling. People just want to have a profile that they'll breed within. That makes sense. Like, I only date Christians. You're breed profiling. You're profiling who you're going to breed with. I think is what he's saying. It's got a long history in astrology. That's as old as Ptolemy, whatever that is.
Right.
He exclaimed it. There are centuries of material written about Saturn that's clearly anti-Semitic. I want to read that again. There are centuries, tens of years. Hundreds of years. Hundreds of years of material that's just completely anti-Semitic against the planet Saturn. Fuck you, Saturn, you Jew. Saturn became the planet of the Jews and the planetary ruler of Capricorn and Aquarius. And people went on to distinguish those signs as money-loving, cheap, and thieving. Fucking Saturn. I guess it makes sense, though, that people started to hate the stars, right?
We've run out of other things to hate.
You're walking around, you're so angry at night, you look up at the sky to scream, you find Saturn, oh, you fuck. Fuck you, Saturn. Oh, God. So good, so crazy. Anyway, I did also get a table of these, just because I didn't know what they all were.
All right.
Got Aries, that's a ram. Taurus is a bull. Gemini is twins. Just the concept of double.
Any twins.
Any twins. Any duplication where there should only be one instance. You're a Gemini.
Yeah.
Cancer is a crab. Leo is a lion. Virgo is a virgin. Just a virgin. What image would you have as a virgin? Apparently it's the M sign. It's just M. You know, those classic virgins.
Okay.
That's your spirit animal of just a virgin. Libra is a scale. Just scales of like
a judge.
Snake. Okay, yeah, like a blind woman holding 2 scales. Scorpio is a scorpion, or more specifically the stinger end of a scorpion.
Just its tail.
Sagittarius is an archer, not a goat. I think I said it was a goat before.
Right.
Capricorn's a sea goat or a mountain goat.
Sea goat.
One of
Or
those
a dead goat.
Yeah. Are you a drowned goat? My spirit animal.
Have you found my GoPro?
And Aquarius, which is water bearer. So I think someone carrying a vase of water or something.
Right.
Oh, it's amazing what people fall on.
Yeah.
And again, I've got this belief, and I need to expound on it more. I think that's what I'm going to do over the next month or so, try and focus on that. I think we're all just victims of random, circumstantial instances of personality decision.
Yeah.
Where just you see your astrology chart, and that's when your hormones kick in when you're through puberty, and you've just become believing into astrology.
Yeah.
Or your first love was into it, and so that was that's your idea of love and life, is your puppy love experience of it. So that's just kind of passed on. Or I've had moments where I've lost my wallet when I was a kid. And like I've said before, I was a really fucked up emotional kid. So I was like screaming to the heavens, my wallet, because I was going to get in like huge amounts of trouble for losing something.
Right.
So, and I was like, if there is a God, show me my wallet. And then someone came out and gave me my wallet. Right. I decided that had a small impact on me. I was like, oh, there's probably some kind of thing going on.
Yeah.
So even if it's just my own expression of it. But there's people who have seen that and been like, right, well, that's obvious evidence that God exists because he wants you to have your wallet.
Yeah.
It's just random. It's completely random as well, because you're just a big ball of chemical reactions.
Yeah.
Just something comes down. Like, do you remember that National Lottery advert where for some reason
could be
a
you.
giant hand comes down from the sky, pushes someone? There's one of those in New Zealand now. I took it out because I got bored.
Or a giant
hand.
Oh.
A giant hand with a face.
That's not just a hand.
It's a hand with a face.
All right.
It's like the Thing from Addams Family.
Okay.
But with a face just on the top of it.
Right.
It's an artistic sculpture that looks out on some area, and people are not happy.
No.
People are really
Been
disturbed.
watched by a hand.
And it's a pretty weird looking. It's hilarious, but it's a pretty weird looking hand.
Yeah.
Just looking at people. On a similar note, another thing passed in by a listener. This will be the last one. I'll just read out the article. Abandoned since 1995, the Mandela Way T-34 tank, or Stompy, as it has been affectionately nicknamed.
You've always got to give it a fucking name.
Is a strange war relic that is the product not of a national conflict, but of a fight between a businessman and city planners. It's only a little bit more. The iron coffin was placed in the empty lot in 1995 after it was purchased by a local businessman, Russell Gray. The property developer had wanted to build on the empty lot, but his proposal was shut down by the city council. So he wanted to build something on this lot, and the council said, no, you can't do that. So, under the auspices of giving his son a military-grade toy to play with, Gray bought a tank and placed it on the empty lot with the cannon pointed rather conveniently in the direction of Suffolk Council's planning offices. They tried to get it removed, but he managed to get planning permission for a tank, but they thought it was a septic tank. So he was like, no, I just want to put a tank on here. Is that okay? Do you mean septic tank? Can I put it there? Yeah, I'm just going to point the cannon at you.
Yeah.
And you've approved this. Can you get rid of it? No, I'm afraid I've got permission now. So it's just like now an art exhibition thing of just a tank pointing at the government. Steps were taken to have the decommissioned ordnance removed from the property, but Gray had obtained proper petitions to keep the tank on the land. Because they just thought it was a septic tank. No, I said tank. This is a tank.
All I said was tank. Yeah.
You won't let me build my, allotment. All right, we're going to put a tank there. Yeah. Fine. Fuck you. I've got more, but... okay, one more real quick one. A man trying to pose for a photo next to a towering hill of soap suds floating atop a heavily polluted stream in Mexico has been found dead after he fell into it. He went to...
Do that again.
Massive apocalyptic amount of soap suds
have
overthrown a river in Mexico somewhere.
Right.
I don't know why. They're just loads of soap. He goes to take a selfie in front of it, as in to get someone to take a photo of him.
Right.
He gets sucked into this ball of soap, dies, and disappears.
Jesus.
how do you rescue a man from an apocalyptic amount of soap? And I'm talking like, it's like a bubble bath. The river's a massively overflown bubble bath.
Yeah, so it's just been like a chemical dump somewhere.
Yeah, something's happened. And he's like, I'll take a photo in front of this. It's gone! It's gone, he's dead!
Well, he's just really slick now. Even if you found him, you couldn't grab him.
He was found 50 kilometres from where he fell in. So that's like 20 miles.
Oof.
Something like that, or 25 miles, something like that.
It'd suck to drown in soap.
Drowning clean, or chemical waste, whatever it is that's doing this.
Yeah.
But yeah. What I liked about it most, apart from the fact that he died, is that there's photos of the attempted rescue Monday. And how do you think you'd rescue someone from a massive bubble bath?
Rubber gloves.
They've got fire hoses to put out the water, I guess, and a large fan to try and blow the bubbles away. He's under these bubbles somewhere. Get bubbles out of the way. It's a man underneath. After a full day of work, the local civil defence office against soap said it was barely able to locate the man's compact car. He wasn't in it, and officials began looking further downstream. Oh, I guess the initial search party was looking for him, didn't realise he was sucked into a cloud of clean. Just brutal. So yeah, those were all audience sent in. Thank you very much. It's nice to know I'm not the only one laughing at a guy drowning in soap.
Yeah. Jesus. Yeah. All right, here's my 5 minutes.
Steve's collection of useless meanderings. Scum.
Oh, it was here, and then people sent me a message. There we go.
Ugh.
It's all right. I've got it. When the CEO of discount supermarket chain Aldi was kidnapped, he haggled about his ransom money and then claimed the sum as a tax-deductible business expense in court.
Well, I couldn't have ran the company if I was beheaded.
That's...
Guy's right.
That's management. Like, that is... Yeah.
That's what Die Hard 1 should have been.
Yeah.
Like...
that's a guy with work ethic.
Yeah. When, I'm your white knight. He's trying to negotiate his own release. Like, that didn't go very well for that guy.
Yeah.
This is radio, not television. Shoot him in the fucking face. Trying to negotiate that. It's like, you should have worked for Aldi, mate. You would have gotten out of it.
Yeah. Iceland has a horse naming commission that oversees horse names across the country to ensure that no horse gets a foreign, vulgar, or inappropriate name.
First people in Sweden, now horses in Iceland.
Yeah.
The board of names.
So, like, horse racing in Iceland must be really boring. The most interesting part of horse racing is always the names.
But I guess I've never been. I'm assuming they're not completely outrageous.
To Iceland?
In English horse racing. I know they've got, like, funny names, interesting names.
Innuendos and stuff.
But nothing, like, in your face.
No.
I know your mother's name, you bastard,
Maybe
you're going
not.
to die. Has won third place.
But then a horse in Iceland can't have a foreign name. Can't have a horse named, like,
Gary.
Mohammed.
Yeah.
Or something.
Tim.
Oh, yeah, like Gary. You couldn't have a horse named Gary because it's English.
No Gary horses.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess it's to make... maybe it's their whole thing so that they can't get foreign commentators to come over, because I think Icelandic language is pretty weird in terms of abstract and surreal from English.
Yeah.
So maybe they want only Icelandic horse commentators, and that's how they're going to bring the economy.
Yeah, but that's another thing. Why is it? What's special about horses? Can you name your dog Gary?
Yeah, maybe if they have dog races, maybe it's different. Maybe they want to... When do they get... It's weird, isn't it, that horses came from one place, but now they're everywhere.
Yeah.
They just came from... was it Mongolia?
I don't know.
I think that's whereabouts they came from, and they just slowly got sold and traded around the world.
Yeah.
It's like, how the fuck did a horse get to Iceland?
Yeah.
It's just, is that... Right, I'm not clever. Is there a North Pole?
Like an actual pole?
Like a place you can walk on it? Because there are people who put flags in it, right?
Oh, yeah, it's all frozen.
I looked on Google Earth. It's not there.
What, the North Pole?
Yeah. They've got, this is where the North Pole is, but there's no, like, land. I know that climate change is a thing.
Oh yeah, no, it's all still frozen around the North
Yeah,
Pole.
there's something there.
Yeah.
There's a South Pole on Google Maps.
Yeah.
Be consistent.
Like I always get them mixed up. Which one's
North one's up. South one's down.
No, but like Antarctic
South.
is south.
Yeah.
So what's the North one?
I don't know.
The Arctic.
It's not there. Yeah, the without ant.
Yeah.
Arctic, yeah. Yeah, I just would have expected to see something there on Google Maps. But I guess they don't really... Not many people are planning their GPS routes via the North Pole.
No.
But apparently they might to the south.
Yeah. No,
guess.
like the North Pole is frozen. It is all frozen around there.
But is it though?
Yeah.
Google Maps. Get your shit together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
People have been there.
Yeah.
So it must
People have visited.
If it's cold, it must be ice. That's what. That's the rule.
Yeah. And
Coldest point on the north has to be ice.
Santa's probably not got a wetsuit.
That's what it was. I was looking at Greenland to see for this Trump thing.
Oh, right.
And I was like, yeah, where's the North Pole? And then Greenland is like snowy on a map, but tops of Russia aren't. It's like they're both kind of similar distance to North Pole.
Yeah.
Something's going on.
It's Russian.
Conspiracy.
Definitely Russians.
Yes, there's secret funerals.
Yeah. White toilet paper was invented in 1857. Splinter-free toilet paper was not invented until 1935.
Like, so many years of pain.
Would you bother? Would you not? You just have a wash?
What did you say? 1837?
1857 was when toilet paper was invented.
Yeah.
Like, would you...
Well, there's that whole thing that you don't need it if you're using the right toilets. That's the whole thing, isn't it? Same reason that dogs don't need it all the time. Sometimes they do when they're ill or whatever.
Yeah.
But Honey's never had that. But yeah, just if you're in the right position, you're not designed to need toilet paper.
No.
It's just the fact that we want to be 90 degrees
goes
against nature.
Apparently, you meant the comfortable way to do it is by squatting. And they now sell these steps that you put in front of the toilet that you prop your feet up on so you're in a squatting position.
Yeah.
And apparently that's much better for your digestive system.
Yeah, it's meant to be healthier.
Yeah.
And then, lots of other places use bidets and stuff like that, which are, again, meant to be much better for you.
Yeah.
And much better for the environment or whatever.
Yeah.
Do you care about the environment?
Yeah, I'd say so. Oh, yeah. Well, like, in an average citizen kind of way. Like, I do in the sense that I recycle and I don't litter and I will do what I can, but I guess... Yeah.
I never recycled until I had a house.
Yeah.
And the only reason I recycle is because they forced it to be more convenient to do so. As in bins being picked up fortnightly. They'll only pick up either recycling or not.
Yes.
So you can either have an empty recycle bin and a twice as high black bin.
Yeah.
So it's just more convenient for me to recycle, so I happen to do that.
We've always recycled, but
if I go to the tip, I'll recycle the stuff that needs recycling.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah.
We've always recycled, but to be honest, it's such a commonplace thing now. I don't know how much it actually does. And is it really like... Is it enough to class yourself as caring about the environment?
Well, do you clean out
considering
your jam
everybody
jars?
Does it now? Yeah.
That's Psychopath to me.
Is that,
yeah. Like, recycle the glass, but take out all the jam. I know it makes sense, but like there's something weird about cleaning your rubbish.
Oh,
this
right.
makes it feel like... So before you throw away like tins of stuff, I think you're meant to wash them.
I'll give them a rinse.
Yeah, I don't know. It feels psychopathic. That's what it feels like. Yeah, it's like cleaning. It's like making your bed without a machete. Just don't trust
Fucking
it.
Maniacs.
Yeah, well, I think it's part of it is if I start doing those insane things, I think I've also realised that's a trigger for... I'm just going to start living the serial killer lifestyle now, and I won't be able to see Mindhunters Season 3. Because something will happen between now and then.
Yeah.
But yeah, just cleaning all your rubbish. Does that not sound like a serial killer before he throws anything out?
I think if you'd said like 20 years ago, maybe it's a bit weird, but like now, I think more people do it than you'd think.
Oh yeah, but I'd also argue there's more serial killers and crazy people now than there were 20 years ago.
It's just because there's more people, really, I suppose.
Exactly. More reason to kill everyone.
Yeah, I don't consider myself eco-friendly
right, yeah,
necessarily.
That was the point.
because I don't really make any more of an effort than anyone else. I never ask for straws. Is that a thing? Like if there's an option to buy like non-plastic packaged items, I will.
Would you sail to Europe rather than get a plane?
No.
If you were going on holiday. Yeah.
No.
I think that's the whole extra mile thing.
Yeah.
There was a clip recently about... it's one of those... It's not really clickbaity. It's just a fun fact that people tend to... It's the thing that people love to ignore. Like vegetarians, vegans, like to pretend they're helping the animal community.
Yeah.
And there was a recent interview on Joe Rogan, I think. Oh, it's quite Joe Rogan. Where there was a guy who's a farmer who's like, you realise that to make the vegetables that you eat, we kill way more animals than the beef that we eat. Like, add squirrels. Every animal eats
all
vegetables.
The mice, all the insects, all the
everything. You have to kill so many things for you to get tofu.
Yeah.
And none of those would die if you would just eat meat.
Yeah.
It's just, again, one of those things where people don't really think about it. So yeah, I think there's a lot of people who will believe that they're being, as you say, eco-friendly in an average sense of doing the day-to-day stuff.
Yeah.
Like using toilets instead of the street.
Yeah.
And did we get through to this from shitting, squatting? I think we did.
Yes.
But yeah, throwing rubbish in the street, all that kind of stuff, people probably won't do. But yeah, then you got the Greta Thunberg. She's the new climate change leader. I think she's young.
She's a creepy little girl.
She,
yeah.
I've seen people like either love or hate her. And she's like, I'm sailing to somewhere to preach about climate change, and people hate her for it.
I don't like it because I don't believe, just sort of having known kids and stuff, I don't believe that someone that young would take such a strong, educated stance without being sort of pushed into it.
Right. Yeah, maybe.
And
I mean, what was the other one? There was another one. I think she was from somewhere in the Middle East, and she became a big... keep on saying this word, proponent, I think, of certain issues.
Well, she was a bit different. You talk like
she was like
the
a
girl
star student. I think she got shot.
She got shot. So, and that kind of pushed her to the forefront.
So the bullet might have been the pushing factor instead of parents in that example.
Yeah. But like that, I think that's a different chain of events. This other girl, Greta, like it just feels a bit weird to me. Like I don't necessarily disagree with the message. I don't know enough about the science.
Just find it a bit creepy because of her age.
I don't know enough about the science of climate change to be like, I disagree with you. And on the whole, I tend to be on the green people's side. I think a lot of them take it a bit too far and just are not realistic at all. But I agree with doing whatever the fuck we can. I think governments have really dragged their feet on fucking all the environmental issues.
Yeah. For
like decades.
I think tech's going to catch up. Because there's a big tech hole at the moment, I think, from the little I've seen. Well, it's stuff like solar panel or wind power generates electricity, but they can't store it anywhere.
Well, the big thing is agriculture. I think it goes back to all everything that's killed when you're harvesting vegetables and stuff. It's like we'll within 50 years. We've already sort of perfected lab grown meat. It's just not. It's too expensive. But within 20 years, it'll be the same price as everything else. And that'll change everything.
Well, it's got when it get to a point where it's just Soylent Green type stuff.
Yeah.
Supplementary stuff that keeps you fed.
Yeah.
Become photosynthesis or something like that.
Yeah. I'm a leaf. This is the future of the human race.
Yeah. You just charge somewhere. You really need it for energy.
Yeah.
When you think about it, I guess that's all you really need it for. Energy to power your organic parts.
Yeah, but we don't work like that. There's so much about food that's also about culture.
Well, they say, oh no, yeah, there'll still be an element for leisure. But if you could wipe out, if you could wipe out starvation by having just a big disc in the sky that shoots down electricity that charges everybody, I think you'd do it. And you'd still have like the odd good meal, for cultural reasons. Yeah. But every day you go out and have your zap.
Oh,
it feels so much better. But it's not like different food gives you different energy in terms of classing. Like they say that eating fish is meant to help with brain fat. So it's meant to have something like that. But it's not like you eat broccoli and then you can speak French.
No,
it's not like it's just different converted into power.
Yeah.
So maybe they can just have like a something that just gives you that energy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just leave that. You guys figure that out.
Yeah.
And I think that's the answer.
Yeah.
So but yeah, tech will catch up.
Yeah.
And all that kind of stuff. It's just, they can't store the... I think that's the problem.
Yeah.
I think someone say.
I think lab
like solar
grown
panels.
meat's going to be a big thing.
Yeah, like solar panels, people have got on their roofs. That just supplies a constant, if there's sun, electricity current.
Yeah.
So most people use it just to keep their water warm.
Yeah.
Which is like, I guess it could save on electricity. It's like keeping your kettle at a base level. You boil your kettle quicker. But it's like, if you're able to put it into something, or just my house is constantly using electricity.
Yeah.
So if I had solar panels, it would probably help.
Well, there's it seems like there's sources for energy that just are not being tapped enough. Like they've said, like Europe has enough potential for wind farming to power the entire world for 50 years.
Well, I think there's parts of the desert, very small parts of the Saharan desert that could have solar panels and power the world.
Yeah.
And it's just a desert.
Yeah.
They can export that for money. But the problem is they can't store it anywhere. So it's just like, well, when it's nighttime, it's useless.
Yeah.
So then maybe you switch to wind or whatever.
Tidal power, as long as you don't fuck with the moon, like you'd be all right. Do
you see they're testing prosthetic thumbs on people who already have thumbs? I saw that video today. They look awesome.
Yeah.
As in just someone with a thumb. They
it's
had a
the thing that kind of hooks to your links to your brain, and you can move
your
it
hand
like
or your foot, something like that. So you can kind of control it like that. So there's people just with like 2 thumbs on one hand, and it's to help test prosthetic.
Right. Okay.
How to improve it.
Well, I've seen
that's pretty awesome. If you could have if you have another finger.
Yeah.
Just think, maybe you could do way more things.
I've seen the prosthetic arms that you power with your brain. Like it's calibrated to the same part of your brain that fires for nerves to tell your arm what to do.
Yeah.
Or when your arm used to be there, and they're making it
getting in sync.
Yeah, they're making them for like army veterans and stuff.
Yeah.
Like if you'd have showed that to me when I was a kid, that would have blown my fucking mind.
Well, just this. I mean, they're using like their extra thumb to like play guitar better. Because they're just testing it in loads of different things. You're like, hey, if you could have another thumb, you'd have one.
Yeah.
So
like here, just on your forehead.
So everyone's got a spot on the back of on their back that they can't scratch sometimes. If you can
just
have a thumb
above it. Just
you can do anything.
Yeah.
Have them in your house.
Yeah.
There's a whole society of thumbs. Sounds perfect.
And finally. The Catholic Church considers beavers to be fish.
Of course.
Fit for consumption on meatless Fridays due to their semi-aquatic nature.
Well, they're in the water sometimes, They're as much a fish as a lifeguard's a fish.
Look, we've had a talk about this meatless Friday thing, and I'm fine with it as long as we can include fish. And as long as beavers are fish.
As long as we can include fish that live on land. Breathe air.
All right.
And
we're back. So beavers are fish.
Yeah, don't insult the Catholic Church's belief in the fact that beavers are fish, because God will end your podcast.
I got no idea what happened there.
God.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I think I was saying something along the lines of, can we eat fish so long as they live on land, breathe air, that kind of thing?
Yeah.
And then it all died. everything quit on us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm Matt Sing. Steve. It was well worth coming back.
Yeah, I'm at Nick Snip. We're at Pulling Teeth Pod on Twitter and Instagram.
Yeah, we are wisdom@pullingteethpodcast.com if you want to send us an email, send us some stories, send us anything. Like
power play stories.
Yeah.
And what was the other one? Miranda rights. That's funny. Yeah. The whole idea is a funny concept to me. Also, if there's any Minute Month stuff that you would like us to do, just an idea of something you think would be funny for us to try, send us an email, send us a tweet, anything like that. We got a Pulling Teeth Podcast Facebook group as well. And it's where I wait until you start promoting the iTunes stuff because I still feel sick doing it.
Oh, okay, yeah. Leave us a review on iTunes and a rating and all that stuff because it all helps.
Yeah, YouTube subscription, likes, all of those,
but only if you want to.
Yes, we're going to do it anyway. I don't like there's a Facebook trend at the moment Which I'm all for people promoting stuff. But the latest thing that I've seen a large number of Facebook pages do is ask their audience, the people who already like their page, to invite all their friends. Just do that. And I go, that just feels spammy.
Yeah.
I just don't like it.
Like, I don't get it. So I've started a Facebook page recently for one of my video kind of things. And I didn't ask everyone to invite their friends because it's kind of a useless audience. Like, they're not interested in what I'm doing. You want to build. Like, I'll invite my friends.
But as well, it's just I don't understand the purpose, because there's so much more we could be doing with. There's like Podbean and Podcoin and other things similar to Stitcher that are like, oh, why don't we get your podcast on as many platforms as possible? It's like, no, if you like what we do, you can easily find us, and you don't need to necessarily be niche to find us. You can look us up on YouTube or iTunes. Our purpose isn't to get everyone. It's if you're looking for stuff to do or something to get in to join in with. Yeah, we're here.
Yeah,
we don't
no
have
matter
to
what
go out and do
computer or mobile device that you are on, there is a way to find us.
Yeah. So it's like, oh, you could be catching more of them. It's like, we're not looking to catch people. We're looking for people to find us and for us to do things with people.
Here, sit down, listen.
Yeah, as well as probably just a chronicling of our own existence.
Yeah.
Because we've been doing this for around 3 years now.
In 6 weeks, it'll be 3 years. Well,
6 weeks, it'll
in
be
6 weeks, it'll be 3 years
episodes.
of releasing. We actually started in July and started releasing in October.
Right. So yeah, we've been going for over a year now, over 3 years now.
Yeah.
You go, well, if anything, it's just interesting to look back 3 years and listen to old episodes and stuff like that. And the loads of stuff that people do, it just feels over the top. But yeah, so even if nobody listens or anything like that, we're still going to be doing this. So it's just more if you want to be in touch with us, if you want to chat with us, if you want to do anything with us. Yeah. It's more the fun part of it.
Yeah.
So,
and put October 13th in your diary as well. Come see us at the panel.
We'll be we've sorted out money and everything. We're just waiting for them to confirm. Yeah. But yeah, October 13th, we're looking to be at Stoke-on-Trent. Give us some ideas of what to do if you're in the area. Do you want to come around? Yeah. Chat with us, figure out stuff to do. The only thing I thought about doing is insulting people on the fly. Yeah,
which is just your hobby anyway.
Yeah, just have like a little thing of like voluntary insults or anything like that.
If you can make your passion your job, you'll be
I like
happy.
the idea of getting people host things, like giving them the mic and being like, all right, you interview me or ask me about something, or you know, something that's going to involve people coming by and just trying out podcasting for a little while. Yeah, because that's the other because the whole thing about us is everything sounds difficult, but in essence, it's really easy. It's just a lot of work. It's all it is. Like social media is easy to do, but it's so time consuming.
I scheduled a full week of it this week for the first time, like on like multiple platforms with multiple brands. Yeah, and fuck me, it took a full day. Yeah, that's and I've started to wane on it. I'm just been like every week, because we're doing like twice a week. I'm trying to make it more efficient, but it's easy. It just takes time and dedication for you to do stuff. Same with podcasting. Yeah, when you say easy, it means it's not inaccessible. Yeah, anybody can do it.
It's not complicated. We'll put it that way. Like the amount of editing things that I've ranted on about, people saying how difficult editing audio for a podcast is. You'd be like, it can be if you want it to be. Yeah. But how about just try it without first? You can always improve. And that's where the roadblock we hit is, but if it's not perfect the first time, I'm not doing it. Yeah. And you go like, no, just do it. And then accept that you're not perfect. Accept that you're going to improve. And just start doing it. And then you'll figure out stuff along the way. And it'll become easier and easier. Video started to get difficult for us after we started it for a while. It's starting to get more and more, okay, it's just kind of what we do now. It's kind of flexed a little bit more into normality. Yeah. Still time consuming, but it's not as complicated as it was. No. So it's just starting something and then slowly working through it and being committed to it. It's all it is with what we found with our unsuccessful podcast. Yeah. So any thoughts about what we can do at Stoke-on-Trent? Also welcome. Yeah. All right. It's been a week.
That has been a week. See you next week.
See you later.